Hello everyone, Mind Body by Eva here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to release the low back by doing some spinal traction. These three movements you will see are a little bit more advanced, but they're amazing for people who have anterior pelvic tilt. And in the anterior pelvic tilt, the hip flexors get very tight and the low back is overarched. So there's like a constant curve in the low back that creates a lot of compression in the lower back specifically. So in these techniques, you will see me lifting the hips off the table, and that will force the hip flexors relax because we're also tractioning the hip flexors a little bit, and that will further relax the low back. And then in the second and third technique, you will see that's a little bit even more advanced, where we are creating even more traction by actually pushing and pulling at the same time. And that will add some fascial stretch of the front and the back line as well. So all these movements are really good for, I would say, everyone, but always make sure that you check with the client. It shouldn't cause any discomfort or pain. I would definitely avoid working on someone who has acute herniated disc or very unstable SI joint. But with that being said, enjoy this video, and if you have any suggestions, comments, please leave them below in the comment section. So here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a little very gentle spinal traction in Jeremy, and I want to get my knees under his hips for this. So I'm holding, he's taller than me, so I'm gonna let his knees bend here to push into his heels to get under. However, there is different variation where you can keep the legs fully straight. But I'm gonna cup the heels. I'm gently leading his legs forward. So just me leaning towards his heels is automatically gonna lift his hips. And I'm gonna put my hand under his sacrum and gently guide the hips up, so I can slide my knees all the way under his lumbar spine. And now here, I'm gonna let his legs rest on my shoulders. And now I'm sitting on my heels. His femurs are going slightly into internal rotation, which is fine, we want it, because a lot of people don't get their hips into internal rotation here. I'm hugging the quads with my forearms, and I'm using my body to lean all the way back to create a very gentle spinal traction. I can also reposition my arms, go a little bit lower, more towards the hips, give it a light squeeze. Now I'm guiding the legs, pulling onto the legs all the way back, using my body. I can stay here for a little bit, it feels really good on the low back. I can also do a little shaking here, just moving through my hips. And then you slowly get out of it, and then you can reposition your arms again one more time. Traction. Hold it for a little bit. And then slowly return, same way you got in. All right, there is also a different variation of this spinal traction you can do. So I'm gonna slowly get my knees from under his back. I keep securing his feet so he can completely relax. Cupping the heels. And then from here, I'm gonna guide his feet into my hips. Be careful, some people don't have the ankle mobility to get into this position, so maybe back up a little bit. Jeremy's ankles are a little bit tighter. And then from here, I'm gonna close his knees all the way in. So it's a really great stretch for the feet as well and the calf. And then from here, it's gonna be the same thing like we did earlier. I'm gonna hug his quads with my forearms. And now I'm just gonna extend my spine. Just lean back, lift his hips. Now the sacrum is off the table, floating
This feels really good on the low back. It's again a very gentle traction for the spine. You can give it a little shake here as well. Feels good. And if you want more traction and your human isn't too large and you can reach, I'm gonna position my feet towards his armpits. I'm gonna reposition. And then from here, I'm just extending my spine, leaning back as I'm pushing into his arms. So now he's gonna feel a little bit more traction in the spine. You can stay here for a little bit. So you're pushing and pulling at the same time. And then slowly let his hips release. And then from this position, since we're already here, you're gonna hold onto his knees. You're gonna slowly guide his legs to one side. You're gonna put your foot under and think of your feet going under the sacrum again, slightly under the lumbar. And I'm gonna guide the legs to the other side. I'm gonna put my other foot below his sacrum, low back. And also make sure that the feet are facing up. So the foot is kind of scooping the low back. So his feet are still in my hip crease. This was a transition from where we were earlier. And then again, I'm hugging his quads here. Think of it as if you wanted to get really tall from here. So I'm really just using my body. I'm not grabbing onto his legs and pulling too much. Just using my body, extending the spine to lift his hips. How does it feel, Jeremy? Good. And then you can stay here for a little bit. This feels good for the low back. It's a nice release. It's like a weightless feeling. And then slowly get his hips all the way back down. Good.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any suggestions or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss on any new videos that I'm gonna be releasing soon. And as always, I really appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Bye.